Hello everyone, this is Serramony, and I am recording my week 37 pregnancy update, and I'm actually recording this one day into my 38 weeks mark. So I'm going to be just speaking to the 37 weeks, and the reason why I haven't been posting them during the 37 weeks is I've been a bit discouraged. I haven't actually been able to post any of my videos so far, so you'll probably get them all at once. I started these videos around week 34, so if you haven't seen those, make sure you go back onto through my channel and get those updates as well. And this video is a 37-week pregnancy update, but it's from a more natural perspective. With my pregnancy, I've really gone the midwife and the doula route, and I'm really studying up on all kinds of herbs and different things that I can be doing to help the labor be nice and easy and flow really well, as well as the pregnancy. And I've actually gotten a lot of that information from other mamas on YouTube that are doing the same thing, that are making videos specifically about more natural approaches. So I hope you enjoy this video. So for 37 weeks, I haven't been feeling, as far as like symptoms goes, I haven't really been feeling super emotional this week. Really just, this week was the 37-week mark was exciting because it's the week that you're considered in some measurements to be not full term, but at term. So that means that if the baby is born in this week, the doctors would not stop it, that it would be a healthy, viable baby. So it's been really good to just know that and just have that, fear. That was actually one of my first original fears, is I was seeing a lot of moms that were pregnant around the same time, or they were a little bit earlier, who were giving birth early, and so that has been one of my fears during this pregnancy, is that I would give birth early and that the baby would have, complications from that. The other fear is that I would have a long labor, and this week I've been alleviated of that fear as well, just knowing that the baby's in the right position. He's head down. He did start to settle in this week, so he did start to kind of descend and nestle into my pelvis with the head down. He's been in the same position for like 2 months now, which is basically he sometimes swaps from side to side with his back, but for the most part he's head down, and he's either right here or on the left side. The most ideal is to have them be on the left side or the center. So I am going to be doing some cat-cows, which is basically where you're on your hands and your knees. And typically with the cat-cows, they want you to arch your back and then round your spine. And I actually just checked in with my midwife. I had a visit with her earlier today, and I was really alleviated because the cat-cows have not actually felt that great to me. He's so big at this point that he's really stretching everything out in there. And I wouldn't say it's like painful, but it's definitely uncomfortable. So for me, and then when I arch my pelvis, because he's so settled down into the pelvis, it doesn't really feel that good to arch my back either. I feel like I'm kind of like squashing his little head, and that doesn't feel good either. So she said just to get in that position, maybe 2 times a day, 10 to 15 minutes, to just get on my hands and my knees. And you basically want to think of your belly as like a nice, soft, open hammock at this point as you're preparing for birth. And that will just encourage his little back to be in front, and he's going to be facing your backside, and then to also be upside down as well. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to start doing that prenatal exercise every day. I've been doing it a bit, but I'm going to just start getting more diligent about it. And then also this week was the week that I started taking evening primrose oil. And you want to get, of course, cold pressed, and of course organic. And I just got this Whole Foods brand. It's an essential fatty acid, and it also helps to ripen your cervix. So you can start taking it internally. They recommend to start with 1 and maybe do that for 3 or 4 days, and then up it to 2, and then do that for 3 or 4 days, and then up it to taking up to 3 of these soft gel capsules. And the recommended dosage for each capsule, you want to look for the 500 milligrams per soft gel, so that eventually you're getting up to 1,500 milligrams a day internally. And then also at this stage, you can start taking one of the soft gels, and you can do this in the morning or at nighttime. I kind of like to do it in the morning time because my partner takes off, and you don't want to do it, obviously you wouldn't want to put one of the soft gels up inside of your yoni and then have sex. I don't think it would really do anything, but it's just kind of pointless. And there's also prostaglandins in semen, so if you have sex with your partner and the semen is inside and it stays inside, that will also help to soften the cervix. So you're kind of like doing double duty if you do that. But you would want to, so I've been doing it in the morning, but you would want to poke it. So I've been taking just like a sterile safety pin and just poking it on 2 sides, squeezing it just a little bit, and then you just insert it up inside of your vagina, and then that helps to soften the cervix and just make everything nice and ripe and soft. It helps with tearing, and it also just helps that dilation process. And, you know, it doesn't bring it on, but it just helps to prepare everything so that when it does start naturally, that it's going to just be easier and softer and more supple down there. The other thing that I started, I actually started drinking, like the pregnancy teas typically have red raspberry leaf in them. I make my own because I work with herbs, and I make like yoni steams and oils for women and all kinds of things. And so I have like a 5-pound bag of red raspberry leaf, and I like to mix it with lavender and chamomile and calendula at least. Those are, you know, sort of my favorites. Sometimes I'll add motherwort in there, but that's a pretty bitter herb, and I made that in the last batch, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna not do this now. I'll save that for after birth. That's one of the herbs that they recommend, is right after birth to drink a tea concoction of motherwort, pennyroyal, and shepherd's purse, and that helps to stop the bleeding. And so yeah, so this week is the week that I really started being diligent about my red raspberry leaf, and I have just a little teapot that has about 2 or 3 nice big cupfuls of, tea capacity water. And so I usually make that teapot, and then throughout the day I'll fill half of the tea and then fill the rest of it with water. So I'm kind of diluting it throughout the day, and then I'm getting, a lot of water intake. And I have this lovely little mason jar that I just carry around with me that has a nice little sippy lid on the top. And just because it's cute, it encourages me to kind of drink my red raspberry leaf all day. And what the red raspberry leaf does specifically, there's a lot of myths about all these herbs and things, so that's why I'm dispelling them. Red raspberry leaf actually helps to tone your uterus, so it's actually something good for women to drink all the time. And I used to drink it, even before I was pregnant, and it's actually really good for just toning your uterus, so it helps with things like cramps and, just makes everything efficient in your womb. So this is something that is really good because it helps to, basically in toning the uterus, it helps to make your contractions when they do start, or I like to call them birthing waves or pressure waves, makes them more effective and more efficient. So that is something good to start around 37 weeks. And then the other thing, and my midwife was sharing this with me and saying that this is, kind of a fad that's happening right now, but that it has, worked for some women, so why not? And this is another thing that you can do to just start to help ripening the cervix and everything down there, softening everything just from preparation for labor, is to have about 5 medjool dates a day. And these are super sugary. I just got these from Trader Joe's and they're actually really amazing. They're soft and sweet and juicy and just delicious. But because dates they're actually like a natural substitute for sugar, because they're so sugary, I wouldn't recommend having just sitting there and eating your 5 dates a day. I like to kind of spread them out through the day like I do with my supplements. So I might, I'm taking the prenatals, and I'm also taking nettle, which is a good blood builder and also a really good source of iron, and DHA. I only take the DHA once a day, but the prenatal and the nettle I take 3 times a day. And so I just take those, morning, afternoon, and night. And when I do, I slip in 1 or 2 of the dates until I've gotten up to like my 5 dates a day for that. This was also the week that I started just really kind of getting more uncomfortable. I had a shower last weekend, and it was an amazing shower. It was so sweet. We actually took onesies, white onesies, and we had about 5 3-month onesies, 5 6-month, 5 9-month, and 5 12-month. And then I had a big tub of the Shibori indigo dye, and I had the guests to the shower kind of create their own tie-dye shibori design, and it was so much fun to just see the patterns that came out, and we put them all on a little clothesline at the end of it, and it will just be so fun as he goes along and as he can fit into these different onesies to just be like, oh, this one was made by my grandma, this one was made by, my partner's mom, and to just be able to have that memory was really sweet. That being said, the shower really wiped me out. And I was kind of down for a couple days, and I just was really, really tired, mostly, and had to take naps for a couple days in a row. And at the time I thought, well, this could be just totally normal and natural at this point in the pregnancy to, kind of experience the fatigue coming back. But luckily it went away after a couple days, which is really good because where my body is feeling really ready, I'm just feeling so heavy, and he's so big in there and stretching my organs and my skin and my muscles and tendons and everything so much. So my body is just really feeling the weight of that. I've got swollen feet again, and a bit of swelling in my hands, mostly my left wrist and my left foot. So I'm not sure if that's like a structural thing, but my feet are feeling pretty puffy. And I also am noticing that I cannot stand for even after a couple minutes. If I'm just standing, then my feet start to really, really hurt. It's okay if I'm walking and moving, then I don't feel the pain, but as soon as I just stand, so even standing for, 5-10 minutes to do dishes is pretty excruciating. That's our shower frog that you're hearing. And yeah, so also just feeling like I can't get comfortable even when I lay on my side. I just feel like it no longer he's so full that it no longer feels good to have a pillow underneath the side of my belly anymore. But then things pull if I'm just laying on my side, so I just am having a lot of trouble getting comfortable falling asleep at night, and then still having to go to the bathroom quite a bit during the night. And so typically what happens is I get really uncomfortable from laying on one side, my hip starts to really hurt and my shoulder starts to really hurt, and then I wake up and I realize oh my gosh, I have to go to the bathroom. So nights I have not been getting the greatest sleep, and so and I know I'm not going to get much sleep once the baby comes either, so but still I'm really starting to feel how mothers get just ready to have the baby. And it was great, incredible, easy pregnancy, and now I'm just really starting to feel the weight and the uncomfortableness of it. and, just having everything ready with the baby. Our birth kit that we're getting together for the midwives for the birth that we're planning on having here at home is almost totally ready, and there's a few little loose ends business-wise and things that I need to get done. So I'm appreciating this last, who knows how long before the baby comes. And I'm also getting really ready to just get to have him and hold him and have him outside of my body and start the process of healing and getting my body back. Especially the puffy feet. Those are really annoying, and just, being able to stand without being in so much pain. So, I'm trying to think of what else I'd like to share. Just been feeling a lot of low back pain as well, which is actually pretty normal for me. I've been dealing with pretty chronic and intense back pain for a couple years now, so when I got pregnant, I was, I knew that I was going to have to experience more than normal, and so that's just kind of goes along with it as well. I've been working for that. I've been working with the foam roller and therapy balls, working on trigger release points in my low back. There's some at the bottom of the tailbone, and then at the top of the sacrum, and then out near your hip bones, and then up right along where your sacrum is, but on your glutes. I've been working those every night, and then I typically work the foam roller all the way up my back, and then work with both an alpha ball, which is a big rubber ball, and a tennis ball every day, every night usually, and that really helps to kind of just keep things in maintenance level. It doesn't really make me feel perfect. It just helps a lot to not make things any worse than they already are. And sleeping with pillows really helps. I actually sleep with one big long body pillow, and then I also have another pretty long pillow that I stack on top of that, and that is what I put between my arms and my knees. So that's been kind of my routine to help with the back pain. And aside from that, just getting ready and nailing down all the details and trying to figure out, we live on a community land here, and we are utilizing one of the community yurts for the birth, and so just navigating dates and availability of the yurt. Another symptom is the acid reflux. I've kind of had acid reflux the whole time. Sometimes it goes for a couple days, but it's usually kind of just been there, and been having lots of burping and on and off diarrhea, which is not happening right now, but I know that that's supposed to happen. Usually it happens right, before birth as well, and so that's been kind of on and off as well as far as symptoms goes. So just tying up loose ends, preparing, really feeling ready in my body to be in it. And also I've been doing the Hypnobabies program, which is an incredible program. I love it because it empowers the birth partner to really kind of defines their role, and it gives them something to do, and it makes it so that your partner in birth is, typically your partner in life, or if you're single, it could be a best friend or your mom, or just somebody that you really know and love and care about. And you can also do the program on your own if you don't have anybody, and just listen to the audio tapes during your birthing experience and as you're doing the training. And I had been kind of slacking off on that the past few weeks, and not really feeling like doing anything too disciplined. But I just got a really good pep talk from another dear sister of mine who went through the program, and I'm really feeling re-inspired to, get back on track with the Hypnobabies program, and really just feeling like it's not too late. We still probably have a couple weeks left, if not 4 weeks. Who knows, he could come anytime, but also just really feeling recommitted to that program and excited about that. So that's about all I have to share for 37 weeks, and I'm going to probably make my 38-week video tomorrow, and I'm actually planning on going down into the town. We live in a beautiful, beautiful place back here in the canyon up in the mountains in Santa Barbara, and that's why I haven't gotten my videos up yet, is because the internet is very finicky and definitely not enough to upload a 20-minute plus YouTube video. So I'm planning on going down below and uploading as many of the videos as I can, and then doing the 38-week video tomorrow. I also might get in the hospital bag video. I'd like to make one of those, even though we are planning on having the baby on the land. Got to be prepared, because you never know how the baby's going to come, and it's good to have a hospital bag already packed and ready and not be doing that at the last minute. So I'll be making a video for that, and I'd also love to make a baby shower haul video, and I might actually wait until this Sunday, because we're having a blessing way, which is different from a shower. It's more of like an honoring for the mother, and there's all these beautiful traditions that go along with it, just to honor the mother, like a foot bath, and we're going to be doing a rite of the womb ceremony, and a despacho, which is a shamanic sort of release and burying of old energies and welcoming in the new, and a couple other little practices. So it's really just like a sweet, sweet time with your sisters and your, female loved ones, and so that's going to happen this weekend, and I think that a few people are bringing gifts for that, so I'd like to wait to make that video until we have all of our gifts, and then I can show you kind of what we're doing, and we're taking a very minimalist approach to what we have for the baby. We have everything we need, but nothing we don't need. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to updating you on week 38. That will most likely happen tomorrow. Okay, thank you.